Hi friends, welcome back. After looking into designing of sequential circuits which are synchronous for smaller problems like single input problem, now let us complicate our problem a bit. Instead of one input, let's have two inputs x1 and x2, and our machine consists of four states calling 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1, and you can see the transitions talk about input as well as output. Therefore this is a mealy model. Output depends on the state as well as input. So if you are from 0, 0, if input is 1, 1, output is 0, 1. If input is 0, 0, output is 0, 0. If input is 0, 1, output is 0, 0. If input is 1, 0, output is 0, 1. So output depends on state as well as the input. So it is a mealy machine. So we have two inputs, let them be called x1, x2, and we need to generate two outputs y1, y2. So finally, the system should use these two inputs and produce these two outputs. That's it. So internally, how it is done, what is done, is none of the issues. So it should be if you are here, if input is this should be output. That's the logic. More details in our coming examples. What exactly I was trying to mean here. Anyway, once the problem is ready, let's shift our attention to something called state table from the state diagram. So from state diagram, let us create state table. That means look at current state 0, 0, current state 0, 0. Then if input is 0, 0, if input is 0, 0, we go to 1, 1. From current state 0, 0, if input 0, 0, we go to 1, 1 and producing an output of 0, 0. From 0, 0, if input is 1, we go to 1, 1 producing output of 0, 0. From 0, 0, input 0, 1, we go to 1, 1 producing output 0, 0. And that way you can just complete the table. So from 1, 1, if input is 0, 0, it goes to 0, 0 producing output of 0, 0. From 1, 1, if input is 0, 1, it goes to 0, 1 producing output 1, 0. So goes to 0, 1 producing output 1, 0. From 1, 1, if input is 1, 0, it goes to 1, 0 producing an output of 1, 1. And if the input is 1, 1, then output is again 1, 0 with next state is 1, 0 with output 0, 1, and that's it. The next step, once these four columns are ready, the next step is to decide what flip-flop we want to use. So in our earlier journey we had used JK flip-flop. Next journey we had seen how to work with the D flip-flop. So as an example, let us take toggle flip-flop for this. So what is the property of toggle? Whenever toggle input is 1, the output changes, state changes. So you just compare present state A with the next state A, and if there is change, write ta equal to 1. If there is no change, ta equal to 0. So 0, 1, there is change, so 1. 0, 1, there is change, so 1. 0, 1, change, 1. 0, 0, no change, so 0. So that way this whole two columns are created. So for B 0, 1, for B 0, 1, there should be a change. I'm sorry, 0, 1, there should be a change. 0, 1, there should be a change. 0, 0, there is no change. And 0, 1, there is a change. So that's the way we should look at. and finally come out with these values. Once this is done, the next step is to implement. So two toggle flip-flops we require, and the toggle flip-flops can be easily generated using a JK flip-flop, shorting J and K together. Then it becomes a toggle flip-flop. Yes, we have two JK flip-flops, both J and K inputs are shorted. So we have toggle input. So here we need a TA, here we need TB. So TA, you just look at this column and use one 8 to 1 multiplexer. Wherever 1 is required, connect to 1. Wherever 0 is required, connect to 0. So we have A, B, X1, X2 as inputs to control the multiplexers, and accordingly, according to these values, values are made available, and hence the circuit keeps changing as per this sequence, and depending on where it is currently, that is AB, and what are the current inputs X1, X2. So AB, X1, X2 will decide which input should be connected to TA, which input should be connected to TB, and accordingly on the next clock TA, TB will excite the two flip-flops, and A and B values change according to what you have dictated. Done. Then once that is done, then finally use another 2 to 8 to 1 multiplexers, two 8 to 1 multiplexers, one for Y1, one for Y2, and connect same way AB, X1, X2, and this column Y1, Y2 column, you just see where 0 is required, connect to ground, where 1 is required, connect to VCC, and that's the way we can create a more complicated circuit. So here what has happened is we are having four states, so we need 2-bit coding for the state representation, and we have two inputs, so 2-bit for state, 2-bit for input, so totally it makes 4 bits. So 4 bits means it is 16 combinations, and we could write from every state 4 outgoing paths, one for 00, one for 01, one for 10, one for 11. Done. Now the question is, when it comes to real-time problems, the inputs are not one or two. There will be a lot more number of inputs may be available. When more number of inputs are available, then definitely for every combination we should keep writing this, and that's going to be a big problem. Say if you have six things like this, so instead of having the four, what you call, states, if there are 8 states, then you need 3-bit coding for states A, B, C, and assume that there are three inputs X1, X2, X3, then A, B, C for present state, X1, X2, X3 for next inputs. So that makes 6-bit coding required. So in that case, 2 to the power 6 means you need to work with 64 rows, and for every row, creating a state diagram is a difficult one. Even if state diagram is ready, copying it correctly into this is again a new problem. And when you are doing this in terms of zeros and ones, definitely a lot of errors possible, as just had committed here. So there is possibility of committing errors while working with lot number of zeros and ones all the time. So we need some other way to look at it, and that's what will be the issue to take up in our next session. So keep waiting for our next session. Till then, take care. See you. Bye.